Hi. I'm now demonstrating how to make an interview for the Open Free Community interview. I'm doing with myself as an example, so to motivate you. You can do this with two people, so and with two cameras if you want to make like a better experience than I try to do now. But it's totally okay when you do this alone. So I'm sitting in front of my computer, and there's the markdown file with the questions, with the interview questions, so I can read it there, and I'm talking to the people, to you, in front of the camera. Camera is running. To be honest, I practiced making videos for a long time. I've got over 200 videos on YouTube, but you can also do this if you see the idea behind this. We want to manifest open free communities and to inform the people what it's all about and how easy it is actually, and to motivate them and to find like a group of people who fit together to create one of these communities. So I'm now today it's the year 2026, and in this interview I'm switching to be in the year 2029, so 3 years from now, and to tell what is already happening, to imagine that I am there, that we already have got an open free community, which we really have nowish. It's in Lutherstadt Wittenberg. Like, it was just a test. It was my flat before I lived there, and now it's an open free community. I'm helping a good friend, Matti from Estonia. He's also a rainbow warrior, a fire shaman, and we had this idea 2 years ago in Göttingen. We met there and we were talking about this. And with this, we want to bring social crazy to the people. Like, social crazy is like meant. It's like you're sitting in a circle. You've got a talking stick. Like, do I have got something? Got a drumstick, which can be a talking stick, and everything can be a talking stick. Maybe like a bottle of oil or something, just something you pass around. So then there's one guy who's holding the talking stick. He's the one who is can express himself, and the others are invited to listen. Just listen. No comments in between. Just listen. It's not easy, but there's a magic in it. And so when I'm talking and when I'm ready, I pass the stick around. Then the next one is telling about the topic, whatever we want to discuss. And then you can also find consensus in the circle, where you say, like, I want to have a rule for our community, for example, no alcohol in our community. And then may I ask for consensus that we don't have alcohol, or that it's alcohol free in our community? And then I pass the stick around, and it should take one round where everybody is in silence. There can be like coming a discussion up, like someone is saying, yeah, but I'm still addicted. Can be a reason to have no alcohol. And then we can find a solution for this one, and we can say, like we do in the Rainbow, we have got a pirate camp where they can go, and there they can have alcohol, and they should stay there until they're sober, or until they're clean. Like, I don't know the English word for this. Whatever, you get the point. So when there's no alcohol in the blood anymore, then he can come back to the community, and so on and so forth. So there's always a possibility, a solution for things, whatever. And when then you pass the stick around again, then this guy says, okay, I can have alcohol there outside of this community, and then I'm fine with it. And then the stick passes around without someone arguing against. And then this is a consensus, and this is like a rule for this community. You write it down so that everybody can read it. Everybody who's coming new to the community has to accept these rules, otherwise it's not the right community. And yeah, this is just an example. So we wanted to have this as a rule for the community, and as a base, like as a base. There is also like a rainbow rule is like, if you see a job, take it, it's yours. So if you want to have, if you want to have something to be done, you see, oh, there's this has to be done, like there's a campfire and you see, oh, there's not enough wood, then like in Babylon, like we call it Babylon, the world outside. It's someone says, "Oh, there, we need wood. Can you please bring wood?" Like commanding someone. And in the Rainbow Gathering, you will not get a response at all. And we do it like differently. I see, oh, there's not enough firewood, so I go into the forest and get some wood, or I ask, "Wood mission, I want to go to the forest. Anybody want to join us?" And then we go together. So, because we are a community, we can do things together, and we can carry more wood. We can carry bigger logs with a few people. So this makes sense. So this should be a rule for open free community. And yeah, to get, for you to get an idea how it is possible. We can, for example, buy land in Colombia. There's a rainbow crystal land there. I think it's called Cometa. And we can buy like a hectare of land for $800 US dollars. So that's not very much. This is like a few hours of work. Then in Germany, for example, there was like at Justina's place where we had a gathering a few weeks ago. They rented or they leased the land for 100 euros a year per hectare. It's not much, 100. And as you can read in the books about Anastasia, this Anastasia is saying we need 1 hectare of land for a small family, like man, woman, two children, whatever. So they can grow trees, like, so for firewood, and they can grow food for the whole year, and they can like build shelter there, like a small house. And so 1 hectare is enough for a couple. So you can also like find people, which we have in Portugal. We have got 60 hectares land in Portugal, which was abandoned for 30 years, so nobody uses it. And I met the custodian, Domingos, and he says, now we can create a community here. And we did not pay for this at all. So it's like they give the land, we cultivate something there, we grow eatable food. We restored the old ruin to have like a kitchen area. We put a roof on this again. First it was just a tarp, and then later I found like a carpenter. he was putting some logs on and make it like a good roof. So we only have to put some what's these red stones, what you put to so that the water can flow. I don't know the word for this. Maybe you know what I mean. Whatever. So this was for free, and we can also get like someone is inheriting this from the grannies or from the parents, and they don't know what to do with it, or they waiting for the prices to rise so that you can build housings, and meanwhile they can lease it to us. And if we don't have money, we don't pay in money, we can pay in food. Like we give them like a third part of the harvest from the food we grow. So we can arrange something, we can talk to them, what do you want, and what we can give, for example. Just an idea. You can also get the land from the government. Just ask them. We need land for a community. You want to create an example for a community, like yeah, we want to create something for other people to see. Maybe we can invite students so that they can feel how it is living there, and we can also bring this knowledge back to the university. What is my idea? I want to bring this to Lutherstadt-Wittenberg. There's a university we can rent for small money. It was 40 euros a day for a room for 20 people. So we can bring this knowledge back to the people, to the universities and so on. So, but now I want to go to the interview. So I'm now switching. I'm now in 2029, and we already have a community for 2 years. And the first question is, how old are you in 2022, and where do you live? I am then, I have to calculate, I'm 65 then. And so I'm 65 years old, and I'm living in a community in Siegerland. It's close to Wittenberg. We leased like a hectare of land. To be honest, we leased 3 hectares of land and started a small community there. And that's where I live now. Next question. Describe your ordinary Tuesday morning in your life and the community. So I wake up in the morning because the sunlight is teasing me and giving me light, and because I'm sleeping under the clear sky. I was sleeping there looking at the stars, and then I fall asleep, and I just have got a sleeping bag, and yeah, and that's how I wake up in the morning. Then I clean my tongue with a spoon to get rid of the toxins which came up in the morning. Then I do my yoga exercises. I'm doing Kundalini yoga every morning to raise my energy and to my body to be like flexible so that I stay young. And then I go on a walk, and I get some firewood for the night, some wood to burn. I collect from the forest. I get this what is lying on the ground, which can be burned, which is not live anymore. And then later I go into the garden and get some veggies for cooking, and then I bring this to the open kitchen. So there are already some brothers and sisters preparing food, and they enjoy that I bring something. And then I get my guitar and play something, give some love to the food so that it's very healthy food. Then we circle together, we eat together in a food circle, and then later, after the food circle, we have got a talking circle this time, a heart sharing circle. So everybody's talking about what is on their mind, what is on their stomachs, and so on and so forth. And we're just talking. We do healing with this. It's like Gopal is saying this, like I don't know the words. I forgot the words, but it's talking about things what is bubbling up inside of us. And like yesterday, I had a session with a friend. She was helping me with my shoulder. There was some pain in my shoulder, and she asked me like, "Can you please go into your shoulder, like your little small one, going into your shoulder, and then you see like a package, and open this package, and let me see, or tell me what is inside this package." And then you see, oh, there's another package. And then she said, "No, please leave this space and go out." And though I went out in the light, and then I opened the package, and then I saw, wow, there was a colibri inside. And I remember there was a tantric teaching where I was in the meditation with this colibri, and I buried this into my shoulder, and that's why there was pain in my shoulder. This really happened yesterday, and I was able to carve out this, and because there was something stored in my body, which is not necessarily, I don't necessarily have to keep this, so I carved this out, and she brought me like a Teller in German, Schüssel, Schale, a vase, a vase. No, this is Spanish. Whatever. Like a vessel where I can spit in and so on and so forth. So always healing is happening when you're sitting in a circle talking about things, and you can maybe someone said, "Oh, I've got pain here and there," and then someone else can go into a healing session with this guy, or some such things happening. And yeah, what else? Um, this time we decided to go into the town, going making some music there for the people to enjoy. We brought guitar and djembes and flutes and saxophone, and we make some happiness. We spread some happiness there in the town, and then after we coming back, it's already evening. So we sit at the campfire and make some music, dancing, and telling stories, and so on and so forth. Someone from Lithuania is coming and visiting us, wanted to know how we live, and he also brings stories. We're talking about this, and then we fall asleep at the campfire, and some are going into their tents or yurts or whatever. And this is like a normal day. And we did not work at all because we don't need to work. So living in an open free community is like you don't have to pay for it. You have got your food, you grow your food what you need. And sometimes we make some money in the town, we collect some coins to be able to buy salt, or to be able to buy strings for the guitar or whatever. So we still need some money, but yeah, it's okay. So, next question. What's the first thing you think when you wake up compared to before? Yeah, let's think about. I'm going back to before where the alarm clock ring because I've got an appointment, or like having to go to work or something. And yeah, it's like waking up, being disturbed in the morning. I remember, and oh shit, I have to work again. And it's like, wow, no, I don't want to. It was a few years ago. Today, when I wake up in the morning, I open my eyes like, ah, it's another day. What will I do? Who will I be today? What will I do today? And oh yeah, let's close up my eyes again, and maybe I can sleep like an hour later and longer, and yeah. Then I open my eyes again. Who's also awake? Ah, good morning, brother. How are you? Good morning, sister. And it's like slowly letting the earth into our eyes, and or the other way around. I can sometimes I think with closed eyes, where will I wake up? So I open my eyes to project where I want to be. it's like um, it's like imagination. Where do you want to live? This is also possible that you say yourself, no, I want to wake up in the paradise, and then you open your eyes. Oh, this is the paradise now. Wonderful, wonderful paradise. It's easy when you wake up in the nature. It's very easy. So, part two. What did you stop doing once you joined the community? I stopped searching for a community. And to be honest, I'm one of the founders of this community because this is stored in my human design that I start things. My mother says, "Oh, Olaf," or they also call me Olaf. My mom called me Olaf. you're starting so many things and you're not finishing it. And then, yeah, today I know, yes, I'm a starter. I'm just starting things. Like I'm starting this project here. I started this open free community project like 5 years ago. And yeah, I started it and somebody else is keeping it and giving energy to this idea. So I don't have to do it for my whole life. So, and I stopped to do this, at least for this community, and I stopped to work, but I stopped to work like um, 15 years ago. Like I was working for the banksters in Zurich as a software developer. I stopped to work for them, and I stopped to suffer because now I live in abundance, because I don't have to pay for shelter, because I built myself a yurt here on this place, and it was very cheap because I used like tarp from the lorry to surround it to protect the yurt from the rain, and also on the roof. the the wood for this, I don't know what it's called, to hold the roof I get from the forest. Like it's hazelnut, very long branches, and I stop suffering that I don't have enough to eat, because after we planted our veggies, could see them growing, and then I know, wow, these potatoes will be ready in three months, and this zucchini already is huge, and I can pick it one day, and yeah, it's so easy. You just we just started to get like we get like apples, and we put the seed from the apple into the ground first into a small pot, and then we saw like, oh, it's getting like bigger. Then we put it into the soil, and now the tree is like 2 years old, and it already has got apples on it, like very small, but it's the beginning. So I see that we don't have to suffer from food anymore. So next question: what did you start doing that wasn't possible before? I start doing yoga at the regular base every morning, because when I'm in nature, like also before on the rainbow gathering, there was like, you can do yoga like there, where you wake up like there, or you go somewhere to have more the light from the sun or whatever, and I can do yoga, and I'm motivated from my siblings, because they're also doing yoga in the morning, and sometimes I'm watching the woman doing yoga because it looks nice. So, and I'm also motivated to do yoga to keep my body in shape, so that also women watch me when I do yoga. So, yeah, and I'm an example for how a human being should look like at the age of 65, because I lost my belly fat completely, and I begin to have muscles like on the whole body, not these big muscles, but like strong muscles. Maybe you remember Bruce Lee. He was like very thinny, but very strong. Yeah, and I start doing yoga, and I start new instruments. Now I can improvise playing saxophone. It took me like a few years to learn it, and now it's getting more and more. I'm getting more and more comfortable with it, so I can improvise on the saxophone. I can play piano, because we have got a piano in this geodesic dome over there, and we can practice there every time we want. we don't need teachers for this. It's just we just try and do, and then trying and remembering, and then we create our own patterns, and we don't need to learn these notes. Maybe some chords. It's easy. So that's how I start to play guitar, just with the chords. Yeah, and yeah, I start to have fun every day. I'm not suffering anymore. I start to be happy with what I have. Yeah, and of course I started sailing because I get a sailing yacht a few years ago. This was a manifestation because I wrote about it. Like I wrote about this open free community 3 years ago, and this helps to manifest it because I was visioning it, imagining it, and now we have it. So, was there a moment you realized, now I'm free? What was that moment? It was this moment, I'm free. It was before we created this community, like getting the sailing yacht. Like I get this 3 years ago. I wrote about this in Camp Eden Part 3. I was writing about that I will be a pirate in the Caribbean Sea and sailing with a sailing yacht. Then I published this book, and then I found like a ship announcement in a Telegram group, Rainbow Fleet, and I said, "Wow, this could be my manifestation. I have to call this guy." And I called this. I was writing this. It was on Kleinanzeigen. I was writing that I want this to live on, and I want to sail to, for example, Israel, to sue some freedom there. And he and then the guy. He wrote back, in this case, I will lower the price for 1,000 euros. So before it was 2,000, then the price was 1,000. And I was saying this to a friend in Berlin, and he says, "Okay, let me wait a minute here." And he went to the bank and he brought like 1,200 euros, and he asked, "Is this enough?" I said, "You're crazy." This really happened. I've got a yacht in Rostock, lying in Rostock at the moment, and this is where I felt free, because I don't have to pay for shelter anymore, because I can live on the yacht. And there, uh, 3 years ago, I was living in Kreuzberg, and at his home, he has got a free room. Like he said, you can, if you need something to sleep on, you can use this room. And at that time, I was also going to Dresden from time to time. I could sleep there at Sylvia's place, and she's got like a garden house, and yeah, and I felt free. I could stay where I want, in Berlin, in Dresden, in Rostock, on the ship. So I don't need it. I, I don't had to pay for living in a flat or something, and also could unregister myself, so I don't have an address anymore. I'm not registered in Germany anymore, and no, I don't get this post. I don't get invoices anymore. I don't get something from the financial department, and yeah. So at this moment I have to stop because it's already half an hour, and I make a second part. I fear that my very cheap phone is not working anymore, so I have to press stop, and then I will continue in a bit. Stay tuned.